Hey, we're live. Hello. Hello, all of you out there. I know there's quite a few people who said they would come and join, and it's getting us back into this pattern of Wednesday folds, supporting well-being. All of these films are dedicated to my colleagues at UCH, where I work, and at the moment, keeping remote because that's a way I can help and still give us closeness and fun without being 2 meters away and wearing PPE. So this week will be such a treat. I'm so looking forward to sharing this fold with you. It's a chicken, which feels rather seasonal, and it lays an egg. I kid you not. All of this comes from one piece of paper. So you'll need paper, and you'll also need a pair of scissors as well, because it will involve scissors. And it seems actually as if a lot more of the kind of traditional Japanese origami often does involve a bit of cutting. Hello, Stephen. There's always a tiny delay, isn't there, between messages and me seeing it? But thank you. I so appreciate that. I know you're there. Many thanks. So this is from a Hungarian origamist. I hope I can get this correct. Susanna Kriskovics from Hungary. And he says this is based on a traditional kind of discovery mechanism as to how to move something. I think every piece of origami comes from tradition. None of us would be doing this if it wasn't for others who've made discoveries and passed them on, and they've become part of the culture, and that's a beautiful thing. So I will just chat for a few minutes because that's what I do just while people arrive. I've been doing a bit of spring cleaning. To be honest, I hate cleaning, and I'm very good at creating. I'm very bad at chucking stuff out, and I do make a lot, so I probably do need to make sure I can also get rid of things as well. One thing though, it's been very nice making little discoveries. I just thought you might like to see this. Amongst my stuff, I found this little gorgeous tiny little tree. And this comes from Tokyo Airport. We visited at cherry blossom time. You can see this little tiny cherry blossom. So it was a few years ago, and it was a little cafe that had a little box, and it just said, "Help yourself. This is a little gift." And there were all sorts of little pieces of origami, and this is the one I really liked. And it's a real mixture of folding and cutting too. So that was really nice. Looking at just going, it's gorgeous, and figuring out how to do it. And it's fairly simple, but actually it's quite involved to make a piece like that to be able to give away. So that's something I could show sometime. I know we tend to think of fir trees as Christmas, but I like it's a really nice tree. So yeah, so that's one of the treasures that I found amongst things. Also, I keep on finding myself playing around with paper. I think it's become my new hobby as well as the origami. It's a different thing actually, is experimenting. So last night I was experimenting a bit more. They are all a little bit along the same kind of mechanism at the moment, so I'm sure with time I'll branch out. But this is what I found myself making last night. It's really nice against the light, actually. Rather intricate. I love this kind of layers to it as well. It's really lovely against the light. And this morning, hello Margaret, hello Eric. Oh, I hope you've all been well. Thank you for tolerating me going on a little break. I haven't been anywhere, and but it's just trying to break up time a bit rather than just keeping everything the same all the time. And then this is the one I made this morning. So at the moment, a bit of a debate with people: is this going to be called a singy star? Someone said it sounds like David Bowie, who I do really like. So that's an asset. Or could it be a zesty wheel? Any thoughts? Zesty wheel or zingy star? Oh, thanks, Eric. I hope you've been well. I hope those fingers are feeling fairly pliable today. Yeah, so it's quite amazing what can emerge. I've been doing a lot of stars. All of these are things that I've designed as well. So it's been really nice to find that I can design things too. We should look at others, but we can also find creativity in ourselves as well. I actually, with the origami syringe, just about you can see it there in the background there, I had a definite idea of something I wanted to make, and then thinking how to do it. Thank you, Eric. And in these cases, I've just been playing. Yeah, it's just been really playful. Pieces of paper, just seeing what could tuck into what, playing around with different shapes and just seeing what emerges. does anything work or not. Hello, Penny. Oh, thank you, Penny. Much appreciated. Oh, it's lovely you're having a nice little chat. So this week is going to be really exciting with the chicken that lays an egg. I'll show you in a moment. But also for next week, I will share with you my complete circle, which seems to be fairly nobody seems to recognise that anybody else has found this. It's incredibly simple unit actually, but it's so pleasing to put together. And it is a 17 units, which is quite unusual. So it's very pleasing. Maybe if you have lots of different coloured pieces of paper for next week, you might want to try that. It's also lovely in white. That one up there is in white. Or you could write on it. I had a teacher asking whether I could show this soon because he wanted his class to each do, or her class, a little bit on each of the units and then put them together. Yeah. So it'll be simple, but really pleasing, just how it slots together. I think someone reflected, I found it so profound somehow that they really liked how it's a perfect circle from squares of paper. And I don't know why, that just seemed, yes, that's pretty profound. Dr. McFall, who has 2 doctorates, agent of wonder, and an amazing person and a very good friend. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you here. I was just, I don't know how long you've been with us, but I was just saying next week I will demonstrate the complete circle. And I've just been experimenting last night, as you do. Very bad for sleep if you start experimenting. But this is what I've been making. Any thoughts? Zesty Star or Zingy Wheel? I can't remember which way is which now. Any thoughts? So far it's about 50-50 on votes. Don't know. But yes, and Matt also enjoys calligraphy, Eric. So I think that's something that you both have in common. So this wonderful chicken. So make sure you go and grab yourself some paper, just one piece of paper. So it could be the 15 centimetres. I'll show you from A4. Also grab some scissors too. Right, I need to show you laying an egg. Right, you have to watch very well because it will suddenly shoot out when you least expect it. Oh, there we go. Did you see it? It's quite a square egg, but it needs to be. So this is the egg. Right, we'll do another one. So this is one where you've got different, if it's white on one side. Come on, little chicken. There we go. The first time it's the hardest. I suppose it's a bit like childbirth. Then after that gets easier. I don't know. So one more time with our chicken. Come on. Yay. Hours of fun. You could also really draw nicely on them, and it does sit so well. So it really does make a lovely decoration. So this is all thanks to Susanna Kriskovics, and an origami friend actually got in touch with her, and she was aware of what I've been doing and really liked it. So I'm really thrilled. Very thank you. Great thank yous to Susanna. It'll be lovely to show you. So this, you slot a little egg in there, push it down, and then wriggle that little chicken. And you just never know when it's going to happen. Come on, chicken. This one's a big one. Come on. Yo. There we go. My uncle actually used to, or maybe still does, keep chickens, and would say, yeah, she blew out an egg, which occasionally they get unusual ones, which is sort of double the size. They could always tell which chicken had actually laid that because they would kind of limp a bit after that. Poor chickens. Right, piece of paper. Here goes. Definitely recommend you join me with this because it will give you hours of fun. I'm going to do a giant chicken. I'm going to take the corner and I'm going to line it up. Whoops, it says line it up nicely. Actually feels like a little while since I've done this. It's been 2 weeks. And as I said, I've not gone anywhere. I've been spring cleaning. It's not fun, but it is making the place a bit better. I'm getting there. I'm so slow. Oh, I can think of much better things to do. But it does make things more usable and easy and discovering treasures, and it all feels fresh and nice. Going to remove a rectangle. And as ever, you can always shout up if you need me to. Oh, hurricane wheel. Eric, you're adding more possibilities. Oh, hurricane. It's quite good, actually. Yeah, I like that. Pulling that down. It's got a kinetic feel to it, hasn't it? Good strong fold. Let's have a bit of stress. Makes it all work well. I am then going to do a little nick, and you should be able to get rid of that. So all you're doing is making a square for now. Any guesses which comes first, chicken or the egg? In this case, I just thought it's fairly obvious which comes first. I think I will let you work out what we're making. Right, so hoping you've done a diagonal. And once you've done that, hopefully just by making your square, it's like that. If you've got a square of paper, then please do one diagonal. And next we're going to do the second diagonal. So do those two diagonals. Lovely. Good strong folds. Great. It's surprising that the white works well, I think, for demonstrating, doesn't it? You'd think that white would be a bit hard to see, but it just shows, I think, the structure and form so beautifully. Right, so we've done our diagonals. Next, if you turn it over, yay, and we're going to do a horizontal and a vertical. Yeah, I've got loads of models I could show you. The thing is, they're all kind of quite abstract and maybe a bit similar, so you might get a little bit fed up with that. I don't know. But I thought the complete circle definitely next week, and I can show you any of these things if you like. I've been experimenting in many ways. As I said, it's probably experimenting evening does mean that your brain is kept quite wide awake. Not sure I recommend it. Although it's quite good to be excited about things, isn't it? It's definitely kept me happy over this time. So hopefully you did your diagonals and then you turned it over and then you did your horizontal and your vertical. It's always important, I think, to, hello Louis, welcome. It's important you do it one side, turn it over to the other, because it's about the direction of the fold. Everything will just work then. Whereas if you do it on the same side, I'm afraid it gets more complicated. So hopefully you've got something that looks like this and you can push it together to make a square. I always think it looks like a bit like a bud. Yeah. If it's a triangle, then put your finger underneath the middle of the triangle, push it and it will pop up into the square shape. Excellent. Oh, good, Margaret. Great. So I'm looking forward to sharing. Yeah, the complete circle will be the first one of those that I share. And it's very pleasing. And maybe I could share what it's going to be called. Is it going to be Hurricane Star? I quite like that. Or a zesty wheel or a zingy star. I don't know. Excellent. So have you all got your square like this? Try to go slowly. It's much more relaxing going slowly. I enjoy it too. There we go. Right. So our next step is to take top corner and bring it down. There we go. Going carefully. And you have to go be careful when you approach there so as not to tear. Just see how it goes. It's not going to be perfect, but just do your best. That's it. And learning to fold into a camera. It's great fun. Amazing what your brain can do. Oh, yes, it's a little tap there. That's fine. It'll all be all right. And then if you turn to the back, same thing. So taking that front, obviously you can always put in a message if you need me to repeat or explain anything. It looks a bit like the boat actually now, doesn't it? And I guess it's like that. You start going, oh, it's a bit like, and then you can adapt it to make what it is that you're seeing. Oh, thank you, Louis. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm really bad with names, so my apologies if I get it wrong. I hope your mum's doing well as well. Yeah, amazing. A small world in Oxford, but often this is across the world, so we have people coming from all over. I think that the gold star so far goes to somebody in Colombia who joined me, not for these live sessions, but when I've done the monthly fold online. Woke up at 4 a.m. to join. Said I really liked it, but I'm not sure I'd always get up at 4 a.m. That's dedicated, isn't it? Right, so hopefully you've got that. I hope that worked for you. So you took that side, folded it down, and you did that on both sides. Right, so think of this as a little book. So leaf through. Wow. Yes, thank you, Eric. I know, it's amazing. The numbers have really built up of people watching. I keep it real. I definitely just being myself. I'm not super funny, super glamorous, or any of those things. I'm just doing it my own way. If people enjoy and appreciate it, that's lovely. But just doing it hopefully to give support to my colleagues, but it's brilliant if it helps others too. Very happy, and that's encouraging, isn't it? So hopefully you've leafed through, and you're going to take the side and fold to that middle line. Oh, best of all as well, the origami inspiration leaflets we got, which was we had funding from the lottery to be able to offer 5,000 to hospitals, with help as well from their hospital charities. We brought out 25,000 origami inspiration leaflets were sent out to hospitals to help patients and staff too. So there have been some amazing things that have happened over this time. Yeah, it's made things happen actually. And then this side, when it feels like we can't do anything, we find ways, don't we? So again, the outside. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, absolutely thrilled. I might have to see what I'm doing actually. Am I doing this trickier? All right. So I'm bringing it now to meet in that middle line. Oh, I hope I'm not talking too much and not explaining enough. It's possible. So it was one of those smooth sides, and I brought the sides to the middle, so it should look like that. Yep. And then if you do the same on the back, again the outside, and bring it to that vertical line. There are quite a few steps for this, but it's well worth it. I think you get a really good chicken and it lays an egg. Amazing what can be done with origami. Apparently it works in a similar way to, there's apparently a monkey that climbs a tree. I don't know if it climbs a tree, but origami, I've not tried that yet. So there's always more to discover that's traditional. That's it. Ways to amuse kids. Keeps everybody happy, doesn't it? Actually, we're all big kids, really, and I think origami is very suited to adults, but it will obviously engage and inspire children. And it's great for if the child can get into it, they will be learning so many skills. Is it looking like this for you on both sides? I hope so. You've always got the film as well. It is infinite. Although, yeah, it really is. But also quite constrained, so it is quite hard too. Which is what makes it exciting as well. The challenge of working within constraint. It's good for creativity. So hopefully it looks like this. Right. It's the same thing again. Turn the page. It should look like this. And on the back again, turn the page. So hopefully you've now got this rather pleasing shape. I feel as if there's modular possibilities from that actually. I might be playing with that next. I've been quite inspired by bird folds as a basis for modular origami. So, oh, a nice crunchy sound there. I don't know. I remember Matt, you've been talking about Bob Ross. I hadn't really seen him before. It's so good. If that's on the telly, which it is every during the week, it's so beautiful, so calming. Just the sound of a brush on canvas and this little happy commentary, just beautiful. Right, we need to make. You can see we're getting there. You can recognise some of it. We'll start with the tail, I think, first of all. So to make the tail, I hope you're keeping up. Yes, it is. You're right. You could make that too. It's great what the mind can find. So we're going to sort of tilt in. I guess it's inside reverse fold. I don't like these kind of terminologies though. So I'm just saying I'm going to grab it and push it in like that and fold it in on itself. Oh, it's just a question of playing. So something like that. the animal folds are all a lot more variable. So your bird will look a bit, there's a neat box that's about, Is there really? Oh, that sounds, yeah, I can imagine this being a good spacious box. That'd be very good. Oh, I'm intrigued now, Stephen. There's so many different routes you can go, isn't there? So hopefully, have you got something a bit like that? See if you tilt that down a bit. We're going to make the tail maybe something like that. I know it looks like a head. It's not. It's going to be a tail. Right. Happy? So you can see it sort of goes in. I'm probably chattering much too much today and not showing quite so elegantly. Yeah, I take it. Eric's always amazing at not only doing it, understanding it, commenting, and with your own challenges, I guess. Great. Oh, Louise, excellent. Right. So with the tail, we sort of want to make it into a little rounded tail. Can you see? So this thing is actually going to tuck inwards. So I'm going to the side and I'm opening it up and I'm going to take this point and fold it inwards so it meets the underneath. Gosh, it's so three-dimensional. It's harder to show, isn't it? But what I'm trying to do is meet that line there at the bottom. So, and then hopefully going back sideways, you can sort of squeeze it all down and it's made a little rounded tail. Has that worked for you? Busy hand, busy mind. There we go. Hopefully that's worked. There we go. Tail's okay. Next, we're going to go onto the head. So we'll do a similar sort of height. I know I haven't really specified. I'm afraid it's just, again, it's the variation, I think, of animals, which makes it, yeah, quite different to the more mathematical ones. So again, I'm pushing it in and sort of closing it up. And I think I'm going to try to keep this so it's sort of fairly flat-ish. Here we go. Hopefully lots of concentration. Your tongue sticking out. Might do. As it gets smaller, it gets even harder. This is a big one. Something like that. Is that working? I'll give you time. You need time. Grab a mouthful of coffee while I'm there. Got my own viruses and vaccines mug. This is the work that I've been doing for the Royal College of Pathologists. Origami syringe there, as well as little drawings of viruses and, oh, is that a bowler up there? That's my cup of coffee. Makes me happy. It's the little things, isn't it? There we go. Right, nearly. Okay, give you a little bit more time. So it was pushing it in and getting it so it's flat, and so it's a fairly similar height there. Lovely. Oh, I'm very intrigued by the box. Reminds me a little bit of the star box, but it's different than the star box, isn't it? Right, so we're going to work on the head. We definitely don't want a head as big as this. It's actually got quite a nice little cute head. Can you see it's got quite a cute little head and a tiny little beak, which looks nice. So it involves a few maneuvers. Go backwards and forwards, you'll see. Okay, right. So we're going to take this, and again, it's that inside pushing it down. Right. We want to do it. So this is forming effectively this head. And we're going to bring it so it bring it back quite a little way. Sorry, I'm a lot less specific when it gets to animals, and I'm a lot less experienced, I have to say. But I'm bringing it back so it almost looks though there's a beak coming backwards on its head. You see, something like that. Actually, it's almost like a kind of a dinosaur now, isn't it? It's kind of little or strange little crest at the back. So it was down like that, and I brought that long area up, pushing it inwards and doing it so it's sticking out a little way like that. Hope that's working for you. I know this is a limitation that I can't see what you're up to. You can see what I'm up to, but I can't see what you're up to. But I hope that's working. We're not far off. We're doing great. We are getting there. I hope it's working. Next, are you ready? Do I nearly? Yep. Right, and Eric's fast, so I should definitely take my time. Right, bit more coffee. There's quite a few steps, but well worth it. I do like a kinetic model. It would always make somebody laugh, won't it? A chicken that lays an egg. You can see that the chicken comes first, can't you? The egg will come later. All right. Hoping it's working. I think so. It must do surely by now. So hopefully you've got that, what looks like a beak sticking out the back of its head. Next, we're going to take that and bring it sort of inside again, but bringing it to the point where you just get a little cute beak sticking out. So it was back here, and I'm picking it up and pushing it in on itself so it tucks inside itself, and I'm going to bring it out to the point where I just get a little cutie beak. Just a tiny beak looks rather nice. Yeah, there we go. That's my little chicken head. Oh, yeah, I think that's all right. Right, bring it further in or out depending on what you want. As I said, they'll all look different. I don't know if you can hear drilling. Somebody's drilling next door. It's really off-putting. But hopefully you can't hear it. Is that good? Have you managed to give a little beak, a little head to your chicken? Beak obtained. I like that. Yep. How's everyone else doing? Are you managing? I know it's one of those things which when you're folding, you can't exactly type, can you? So I presume the hands are busy. It's really quite loud drilling next door. Can you hear it? I can. I really don't find it very calming. I guess everyone's getting a bit bored, so they start doing DIY at home. Pet. Good. Right. So our next step, we're going to make wings next. So it's looking like this. And we're going to take this bottom area and we're going to bring it all the way up. So bring it all the way up and flatten it. Now I reckon there's a few different things you can do with it actually, but I think that the wing looks the best. It makes the most sense to me. So if you bring it up as I've done, but as I said, you can always go, I've already recorded a video and there you can pause and go back. So hopefully that's clear. From the bottom, bringing it up. And then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to bring it to this horizontal line. So it's down here, bringing it up. Oh yeah. Oh well, you've got good hearing then. Thank you. Stick my head in. There we go. Right, with side and bring it down here. What are they making? I don't know. Paper's so much quieter, isn't it? There we go. So hopefully you've got something. You could even sort of slightly curve it if you wanted. Don't know, so it feels like a wing. Any of these things you could also draw on if you wish, but it does look so bird-like. Yeah, it very much suggests what it is, I think. It's looking good, isn't it? If you turn to the back, and again, You should hopefully have a loose flap. I hope you're keeping up. My apologies if this is too fast, but you can go back to that film. But bringing up is partly because I can't see you, so I can't see where you are up to. There we go. I'll link it down. But it's nice, isn't it, having some live things? I think that's exactly what we miss. I think it has a different quality doing it, and actually, just because of your messages, I know that you're there. It makes a big difference. So again, we can make a wing from that. So the area that's closest to the head, that diagonal, we're going to bring it down there. Like a little piece of choreography. Thanks, Eric. You're experienced though, aren't you? You're good on the origami. But thank you. Oh, it's gone quieter. So good. Again, you could kind of, if you wanted to curl it, I quite like curling it there. It's more chickeny. There we go. So we're almost there. Next, we need to make the egg. Have you all managed to get something that looks like this? Nice little chicken. So our next step will be, in a moment, we're going to cut horizontally, and that gives the base for your chicken. And there'll be a triangle that comes off, and that's going to be your egg, which you then fold up. You have to keep it quite square because it's a little mechanism, really. Excellent. Thanks for the puns. Very much needed. Oh, scissors. Right. Kirigami. Let's go for it. I find it really liberating. And cutting is great too. We can do both. So I'm going to cut halfway there. For me, I find it easier to do it vertically. So make sure that you cut in line and about halfway. Here goes. Yay. So that's the basis for my chicken. And we're going to make an egg. Is that good? You've got your scissors at hand. And yep. So this little thing will become an egg. Lovely thing. So yeah, this is our little thing, and we just need to do one simple thing to make this into an egg. It is a square egg, but it is because of how it works, and actually it looks good enough. I mean, origami in many ways is about reducing things to simple form, which is rather lovely. So yep. Right. Already? Yeah, it is really neat, isn't it? It really is. I know. Susanna's brilliant. And I thought very humble to suggest it's just based on traditional mechanism. Yes, but you must have come up with this. And it probably is a combination of things, but isn't everything? We are constantly inspired by each other. So a little tip of the triangle and folding it down. So we're making a square from that triangle. Hello, Junid, welcome. I hope you've had have you got school holidays at the moment? So we're here at the moment, we've got Easter holidays, so we have a little bit of a break from school. But if you've been at school, I hope you've had a good day. And if not, I hope you're having a good holiday. That's it. And then again, with each of these corners, taking it and folding down. There we go. Lovely to feel we're folding across the world. Sometimes we have Paula as well, and she's in New York, gets up and starts the day with some origami with us. It's kind of amazing to think. And Junid in India is the evening, later on in the day. Kind of nice to think, isn't it? The back, top corner, bringing it down. People from Australia and literally across the world. Amazing. Origami really does connect people. That's it. And all you need is a piece of paper. We can always, even if it's junk mail or just rubbish, you can make it into something lovely. It's about giving it time and attention, isn't it? So hopefully you've got something like that. Might turn the pages. So at the moment these are a little bit, helps if I see what I'm doing. One side's a little bit kind of raw little edges. So I don't know whether it makes a difference to how it slides down, but I think I'm just going to turn the page so it tucks those away. I've got a smooth little square egg. There we go. Right, how to get your, hopefully you've made your little egg. Your chicken came first and your egg. And what you do, there's these little grooves on each side of your egg, and there's this little groove between the neck and the tail. Very much engineering this, isn't it? Brilliant. So playful. So I'm going to fit one there, and then same on the other side. Can you see? So it's fitted in, and then you can push it down so you can get it out of view. It's a little bit like a piece of magic, isn't it, Matt? There we go. So it can't be seen. And then egg later. Yeah, and depends on your piece of paper. That's why I've done it big, actually. So I've done a tiny one. It's really difficult to see that little egg. So as I said, the first time it lays its egg, it's a little bit hard to get. Oh, no, that came out quite easily. Did you see? Oh, brilliant. Is this a new one for you, Stephen? You must have folded so many different things. I think even if you've done this one many times, how could it not delight? It's brilliant. But there are so many pieces of origami that you really can make constant discoveries. Putting that in, and I love how it's hidden from everybody else. You can just have it sitting there and then say, little chicken, will you lay an egg? Just push off away. Hours of fun. Yay! Laid an egg. On Saturday, I did a last of the monthly folds for now. We'll see if we can get some more funding, but somebody there made a made a chicken out of gold paper and laid a little gold egg, which is rather cool. Yay! Oh, glad you've enjoyed it. It's a great one, isn't it? I thought that was just right for Easter. Da, 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 da. So, oh, interesting. God, there's so many variations, aren't there? It's just constantly evolving what people find and then what they pass on. Yeah, I thought that was really lovely because it really does look like a chicken, plus it works. And it's just such a cheerful little thing, isn't it? So I really hope that's worked for you. As mentioned, next week will be a special one because I'm going to share a complete circle. I think I'm just pondering, do you think it's a coincidence that it's a year of lockdown to come out with a complete circle? It does feel like the strange, like spring is coming and how much spring meant last year. But this one I foresee very much is almost like a little bud, little petals facing inwards, and you can actually change it. So actually the same little unit, it's hard to see, but this one up here is the same module, but they're tilted outwards. So these little petals almost are coming out, and then that's 16 and this is 17. It's not mapped out in my mind. It's just what I found. So that'll be great. Maybe another time if you want it. Honestly, I've been coming up with so many different stars, but this is also quite a nice one too, isn't it? It actually fits together very well. Oh, that's a great idea, man. Yeah, you could eat the whole chicken as well, couldn't you? Gosh, you could even have chicken flavoured. That sounds like Heston Blumenthal idea, doesn't it? Chicken flavoured rice paper. Oh, chicken skin. Could you see origami with chicken skin? Yeah. Oh, wow. Tartan chicken. Very nice. Yay. So, yeah, I hope that's brought you a moment of joy. And you've also got a lasting little treasure that maybe you can obviously keep for yourself. Maybe with time you might make some to send to others too, because the chicken is rather good because it's flat. You can then post it as well. So Yay! Yeah, and there'll be the film next week, and I will be back next Wednesday. So, yeah, it definitely rejuvenated me to have the tiniest gap. I think really helped. So, hopefully, I come back to you with a bit more energy, and we must all keep making sure that we look after our own well-being. Keen not to be a hypocrite and to also make sure I give myself breaks at times too. It's quite hard when you don't go away, isn't it? You're very welcome, Eric. It's been brilliant to have you all here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope it's brought joy, and keep up the folding. Just play with paper as well. You might find yourself discovering new things. How do you know until you give it a go? So, yeah. Also, if any of you are interested, oh, you're very welcome. No yoke. Thank you. If you're at all interested, British Origami Society have got a convention day on Saturday. It's ticketed, so you do need to get a ticket, but the whole day, some amazing people. And I've been asked to demonstrate the origami syringe and antibodies, so I'll be doing that as well. So if you wanted a whole day of origami, you're very welcome. There's lots of good things going on all the time. It closes Friday. So yeah, get those tickets in if you did want to come along. But obviously, I'm here as a constant. So looking forward to next week. Have a good week, everyone. I hope that the next week will bring some good surprises, some good folds, and go and enjoy spring. Go and stare at buds. They're so lovely. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.